Live from the Export Beer Garden Studio and brought to you, as always, by Export Ultra, the beer for here. This is the Agenda podcast for the 2nd of August.
The Agenda Podcast, the home of sporting nonsense and claptrap. Brought to you by Export Ultra.
I've been made aware of a story from the Medical Journal, the New Zealand Medical Journal. I was just flitting through it this morning.
Do you often do that?
Yeah.
Just is that part of your daily routine, is just to get out the Medical Journal?
Oh, not daily. That's probably more of a monthly thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just whenever the Medical Journal comes out, I'll have a look through. Look, I think anyone who's living, inside a human body should check the Medical Journal. It applies to all of us. Today, they've released information on a unique series of cases involving 3 men who ended up in the emergency room in Canterbury after accidentally swallowing bottle tops while drunk. This is the most interesting part of this to me. The men were separate cases, not known to each other, and none remembered ingesting the tops.
I'm calling bullshit on that. I'm calling massive bullshit on that. I reckon they were all involved, but they've had to deny it because either they're partners or there's some sort of restriction around them getting together, because this is what they do. You've been hanging out with Manaia again, swallowing those bloody bottle tops, have you?
My theory on this is somebody has started putting bottle tops in beer bongs. And these people didn't know they were doing it. Because because the most shocking part of this is that they included photos. And some of the photos, the bottle tops were not like rolled up, like crushed. Yeah. They were just whole bottle tops.
So how do you ingest it from a bong?
A beer bong.
Oh, beer bong.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So,
geez, you'd be doing well to ingest it through a bong.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, a real proper bong. I was like, how do you do that?
Mate, if you had the lung capacity to do that, you probably wouldn't feel the bottle cap.
Yeah.
But they're getting lodged in the esophagus of these people.
Why in Canterbury? Why only in Canterbury? That's why.
What do you mean, why only in Canterbury?
But also, that's so bullshit. They don't know each other and unrelated. And neither of them can remember it because they're too wasted.
Oh, it didn't say that. It didn't say that they were too wasted. It said,
sorry.
It has said, it is suspected that the ingestion took place during the rapid consumption of excess amounts of alcohol. You fucking reckon?
Only the Medical Journal can describe 3 dudes getting wasted as that, rapid ingestion of alcohol.
Obscenely biological. Like I said before, there's only 2 things that's at play here. Either it's a competition, I reckon I could do it.
Yeah.
I reckon I could do it.
How many do you reckon you could do?
Or I reckon it's beer bong. Someone's put it in there.
Yeah.
And they didn't know it.
How? What's the strangest thing you've swallowed?
Strangest thing I've swallowed. When I was a kid, I distinctly remember taking a pebble from the playground and putting it so far up my nose that it got stuck in my throat.
Ooh.
Yeah. My teacher, shout out to Mrs. Patterson, had to Heimlich me to get the stone out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did it come flying out?
Yeah, did. She had the wee tissue there, caught the pebble.
Oh, she caught it as well. Didn't let it just hoon across the classroom.
No. She
professional.
And then
she did the Heimlich and the catch.
Yeah.
That is talented.
Yeah, there was a bit going on.
Yeah.
That'll be about it. What about you?
An 8-ball?
From a pool table?
No.
Okay.
I know, I swallowed a live goldfish once.
Of course you did.
Accidentally. We were in...
No, you didn't. You don't accidentally swallow a goldfish.
I had it in my mouth and its tail was flapping around. And then it slipped out. It was only a small one and it went straight down the gullet.
Yeah.
There's going to be some animal activists out there not going to be happy about that. I'm sure it died quickly in my stomach acid.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Plus, what's the difference between that and buying fish from the fish and chip shop?
Yeah.
That fish has died and then you eat it?
Yeah. Or seeing a shag eat a whole snapper and watching the shag sit there for 10 minutes while the snapper thrashes around in its stomach.
Yeah. What's worse, about what you've done there than a pelican?
Yes.
Can hold more in his beak than his belly can. Mm. I've always said. National bird of Western Australia.
Let us know what the strangest thing you've swallowed. 3236.
You sent through a message this morning that piqued my interest on the Daily Agenda group chat. You said you reckon you couldn't beat anyone at the Olympics, male or female, at anything.
Well, I said that because I saw the boxing and I thought there must be a featherweight division where I reckon I could come out and swing a few and potentially compete. And then I saw that one this morning with the controversial
athlete
who has been banned previously for
high testosterone.
Correct. and just saw him swinging, or her, swinging. And I was like, nah, there's no way I'd get KO'd. And then I was thinking there must be something else that I could compete in, like not get humiliated. Forget any of the like anaerobic ones, running,
sprinting,
all that. There's no chance of that. Even football, nothing. But then the under 49 kg weightlifting.
Yeah.
Now that's a pretty pint-sized. We're talking female under 49 weightlifting. That's pretty pint-sized.
That is a very small human being. Yeah. To put it in context, Nuggy the dog is heavier than that we talked about.
R.I.P.
Was heavier than that.
R.I.P.
Nuggy was about 58 kilos. 57 and a half, I think.
So I'm
49 kilo women's Olympic weightlifting.
Yes.
You think?
Yep.
So I looked this up, and the record for the 49 kilogram woman for the snatch the 49 kilo woman's snatch is 94 kilograms.
Okay, that's the one just straight above the head. That's the world record.
Straight above the head. And then
that'll win you gold.
That will win you gold. And then the clean and jerk is 116 kilograms.
Okay.
I don't think you can do that.
I don't think I can do the world record, but I could compete. Let's watch them. I reckon I wouldn't come last.
Okay.
So when they compete, the under 49 kg weightlifters compete in the Olympics.
We're going to check the scores, find out what the lowest one is.
Yes.
Then the day after, we're going across to the gym.
Correct.
We're putting that weight on the bar.
Yep.
You've got to try and beat it.
Yep.
Okay.
It's the only one I think I can compete in. Well, do you not think you can? You chuck tin around every day. Look,
yeah, I do.
I chuck my kids around every day. That's my weightlifting.
I'm aware of how
Lovingly.
I am so acutely aware of what I can and cannot lift.
Okay.
I'm
not.
It's harrowing because, against my better judgment or my own will, even I go to one of those hot people gyms. I'm not one of them. Every time I walk into that gym, I am the ugliest person in the room.
Can we not do it at that gym?
Reach out, gym owners, even if you've just got like
some weights.
Yeah, some weights.
Oh, look, I mean, this could be hugely embarrassing for me, and no doubt it will be. I'll probably shit myself or
tear my hammy,
or my
slip a
break.
disc.
Yeah, or my back will snap in half. But
prolapse.
I'm happy to just put that to bed.
Yep.
So from Olympics now on, I can say, look, 0. I'm not going to compete in 0.
I could not beat anyone at
Anywhere.
anything. Nah, yeah, I completely agree with you. It would be interesting to see what that number is. Because what if someone just comes out and has a shitter, like dislocates their elbow or something like that? Then
I'm in the conversation.
Okay, all right. The weightlifting I don't think has started yet. So once it does, we will keep an eye on that and see what the lightest weight that an Olympian lifts at this Olympics.
In the under 49 female category.
And if Lane can... What if it's like a heavier one that lifts a lighter weight? I think whatever weight division it is... Oh, no, it is funnier if it's the 49 kilo woman.
I mean, I'm twice the size of that human.
Yes.
Surely. It's technique though, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. This is what I think, because so many people, particularly when the Olympics start happening, think, oh, I could do this, or I'd be all right at that, or maybe I could do a running thing. And all those people, I always just ask, like, when was the last time you ran at a full sprint? Because I think for most adults, it wasn't in the last week. And for a lot of you guys listening to this podcast, it might have been years.
Do you know the last time I sprinted as hard as I could was absolutely peeled running past one of those speed things that shows your speed and says slow down. And we tried to get registered on that.
So you tried to run at over 50 kilometers an hour?
No, well, it tells you your speed no matter what.
Right.
But it's if you're over 50, it says slow down.
Yeah.
But if you go past it, it says like 25, 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't even recognize us.
It didn't register.
Just a bunch of middle-aged drunk dudes running past a speed camera.
Yeah, 100%. What do you think you could, like... So are we doing the snatch? Is that where you're going to go?
I don't know.
I don't know. Jerk's probably a bit closer to...
Yeah, I think the snatch might result in some...
Because that's a technique issue.
Laurel Hubbard dislocated elbow situation.
Because that's a hard enough movement to do with a broomstick, let alone actually weights on the bar.
I think I could get it to here and up, and then So
the only problem with that is that's a much heavier weight that they're going to be able to do. But such is life.
Okay.
Okay. I'm looking forward to the weightlifting now to find out exactly what it's going to be. The hero of we've already crowned our hero of the Olympic Games so far. We found him overnight. He's doing the rounds on social media. It's the Turkish dude who won silver in the pistol shooting.
Yes, and like I said with the pistol and any of the shooting, the get-ups they have with the little patch, like the kind of scaffold structure instead of glasses across their face.
Looks like a playing card over one eye.
And then on the other one is a little monocle.
Yeah.
And they're just the most awkward-looking PlayStation gamers you'll ever come across. Anyway, this dude got silver, and you would have seen the photos of him. One hand in the pocket, normal specs, just a sloppy T-shirt on. He's from Turkey. Now, we've got his backstory, which is even better. So his name is Dikhet Yusuf, and he only recently took up shooting after a particularly heated argument with his ex-wife. And he credits his success to his newfound passion for seeing his kids in a relentless drive to prove his ex wrong. He goes, I never thought I'd be here, Yusuf said, shrugging nonchalantly. I was just aiming for a weekend with the kids. So here we go. The 52-year-old who works as a mechanic in a small garage in Istanbul first picked up a gun during a particularly frustrating divorce mediation. This is the greatest story of all time.
I would not be admitting this if I was him.
So his unorthodox approach, no specialty gear, no training regime, and a wardrobe consisting of everyday jeans and a T-shirt has baffled professional shooters. He just shows up, shoots a near-perfect round, and then asks where the smoking area is. It gets better, though. It gets better. After winning silver, Yusuf stood emotionless on the Olympic podium and declared, Sharon, if you're watching this, I want my dog back. I don't know if this could well be made up. If it's true, it's the most magnificent Olympic moment so far.
Oh my God. So he's standing up there with nothing but just seething hatred for his ex.
Yes. And he's shooting.
Bang.
Boom, boom,
and then he just afterwards, he's like, oh, I need a dart.
Yeah.
I need a dart. He point me in the direction of the smoker's lounge.
Yeah. And then comes back on stage and goes, Sharon, I want my dog back. Can't be right. It can't be true. Sharon.
Sharon, if you're out there, I want Nuggie back.
He's a legend, man. He's a dead set.
Also, if you compete in that sport, you're never allowed to show up with all that shit on again.
Nah.
Because you're not better than him.
Nah.
And all he's running off is just hatred for his ex.
It's a real motivator.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is why we thought Rory McIlroy was going to win the Open the other day. Because we thought, was it the Open, the Masters? The Open?
But there was some reconciliation going on.
He got back with him.
Yeah, I know. That's why it didn't happen. He didn't have full, clear nut clarity.
So some people go revenge bod. He's picked up a gun.
And he's fucking good at it.
I think, I'd be giving him whatever he wanted if I was Sharon.
Yeah, give the dog back.
Yeah, give the dog back.
Otherwise, she's going to be like Breaking Bad, and she'll be in the lounge one day and the little red dot will appear in the chest.
Yeah. That's all over for it. God bless that guy. I love him, just firing off shots. That's how that sport should be played.
Yeah.
Just stand up there, have a wee shot, go and have a dart.
Yep.
Couple of beers.
Like I said, the shotgun one should be off the hip.
Yep.
Not off the shoulder.
100%. I think he is the hero of the Olympics thus far. Speaking of the Olympics, we are going to go through all of the rainbow of medals that we hauled in overnight right after these ads. Taste the rainbow, Lane.
Yep. We got it all.
Taste it. We got it all last night. We got all of it. We got the gold, double sculls. Brooke Francis, Lucy Spores won the double sculls gold.
As they declared, one for the mums.
One for the mums. They said that they hadn't, I don't know if they hadn't won a race or they hadn't been going well since both having their kids, and then they came back and they just obliterated the field there.
Yeah.
They won the gold. The men's coxless 4, they won silver as well. And then the women's coxless 4 won bronze. So full rainbow. It was a proud evening to be a Kiwi.
It's so funny that the Olympics, it's always the same. I don't know. So we always go through the same emotions every 4 years. And that is the first 3 or 4 days, we suck. Because
why haven't we won everything?
Yeah, totally. And we start going, boo, we suck. Because they have swimming and all the freakish sports that the Aussies had a boner on about.
Yeah.
And we always panic. And it's always the same cycle. We get to the kind of once we're seated and we start winning medals, everyone kind of relaxes again.
Yeah.
I don't know why we go through the same emotions every time.
And then we hop on the bikes towards the end there and we win a few more.
I tell you what, we love a seat.
We love a seat.
Yeah.
Joe Jury messaged into the group chat last night, said New Zealand's greatest athlete at the Olympics is a seat.
Yeah.
anything with a seat in it,
Bring
we
it
just
on.
dominate it.
Because we've got the cycle, we've got the indoor velodrome. We do pretty well in the velodrome.
Yep.
And obviously we've got the sailing, we've got the rowing, kayaking.
Sailing got postponed last night, not enough wind.
It's always an issue, isn't it?
I know, and like I've been saying, I've got a mate in the sailing, so I was waiting to watch it. I was like,
It's a long time to wait.
love
isn't
you, bro. Probably going to need to get some sleep tonight.
Twiggy. Twiggy dominated last night as well.
Twiggy dominated again. You asked me this last week. Do I think I could, jump on a biscuit behind one of these rowers? After watching Emma Twigg last night, I reckon I could just about water ski behind it. I put it on my Instagram story last night. Do you reckon you could do you reckon you and Emma Twigg could win an Olympic qualifier, but you're water skiing behind it?
I think you need more than one.
More than one ski?
No, more than skiing's quite hard.
It's hard to get up.
Yes, and so is wakeboarding. I mean, it's that initial power you need.
Yeah, to drag me out of the water, because
That's why the biscuit, I thought you could takes less to get on the plane.
it does.
Or maybe it's a kneeboard, or maybe I'm just trying to think what would be easier to tow behind, or can you get her on the run?
Yeah, I think if if my mate's dad's on his boat and he pulls me up out of the water, and then I just swap handles over to Emma's once she's up at full tilt, then I reckon we're away. I reckon she'd still win. I have loved watching Emma Twigg at these Olympics more than any of the other athletes, and even though I don't think her final's even tonight, because the way that she's winning, it's the same way Lisa Carrington has over the last few years. It's like she gets out to a massive, insurmountable lead, and then you watch everyone else's just light die behind their eyes. We talked about it at the last, was it the semi-final, quarterfinal, whatever? 2 people quit. I watched one person give up on rowing as a career in that race, and I saw another one last night. She's making people quit their jobs.
Someone must have had a word to the commentator, because he called her Emma Twigg the whole time. Didn't call her Twiggy once.
Twiggy.
Yeah.
Old Twiggy.
Old Twiggy.
He's a bit too chummy, that guy.
Yeah, it was Twiggy. He dropped the Twiggy.
Yeah. It's quite funny, the rowers as well, like the culture of rowing, because the biggest rowers row for universities.
Yeah.
And so he's talking about, the other day we talked about the 2 dudes who rowed for Yale and they were in the Swiss team. And then I think one of our blokes is going to
Oxford,
yeah.
Well, because it's such a big thing. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you go to some of the most prestigious universities on a scholarship?
I know.
Who wouldn't?
To study, I don't know, communications or something.
Yeah, they don't care. BA, whatever.
Yeah, bachelor beer drinking.
Yeah.
I mean, I did that at Otago Uni and I never went to the Olympics, so and had to pay for the privilege. But yeah, Emma Twigg ended more careers last night. Ryan Fox teed off in the golf as well.
Yeah, he's not bad. Was he 3 under?
Yeah, he was tied for 9th this morning.
Great course. That first hole on that course is a killer. Like you got to lay up before a lake, and then you got to hit over a lake to the green, which is hard on the lake.
Oh, is that what they were doing? Because I was watching the guys off the first tee, and they all had like 3 woods, or some would go the long iron, and that's why it's because they have to lay up.
You needed Bryson DeChambeau, because there's one option of just going right and taking it on, but no one did, because everyone was a bit nervous. But I really enjoyed watching the golf, because you see the odd PGA player. Scheffler was playing.
Well, this is, again, another take from Joe Jury, who produces all of the great takes for this podcast. He was saying, can you imagine if you just qualified from like Equatorial Guinea or something?
A little battler that's just a scratch golfer.
Plucky little battler is probably like the club champ at the one club that they've got on their island or whatever, and then you show up and here's Scotty Scheffler just having a crack at this Olympics thing.
I saw Scotty Scheffler hit one out of the rough, and the commentator's like, God damn it, look at that swing.
Yeah.
It's the messiest thing I've ever seen. He's like, if you saw that, that's a good 17 handicap at your club.
Yeah.
And he goes, but he's the world number 1.
Yeah, he's the best in the world. Rory absolutely striped one. We were watching it last night when the sailing got delayed. I feel like if my missus commentated golf, the ratings would go through the roof. It's hilarious because she doesn't watch golf. She doesn't know anything about it. She's just like, look at the way this guy's holding his stick. And it was one of those guys with the broomstick putter.
Yeah, the big long one.
And then she goes, shit, this guy's pretty good. And then it showed up. She's like, who's Rory McIlroy? I was like, you're right. He's very good. It's the girlfriend test.
He's more and more jacked every tournament.
Oh, he's out of control at this point.
I'd test him.
She goes, is Tiger Woods in this one? I was like, no. He's actually It's not that good anymore. But I have enjoyed watching the golf as well. I don't know, it's something quite relaxing about golf. And I sort of thought it feels like one of those sports that shouldn't be a sport at the Olympics. It shouldn't be an Olympic sport to me. I don't know why. But when I watched it, I was like, no, this is an Olympic sport.
I really enjoyed it. The course looked amazing as well. I'm so mint. And this weekend they open up the track.
Yes. Tonight, actually, Zoe Hobbs is in action. She's listed at 8:35 and then again at 9:50.
Yeah.
So she's running 2 heats within like an hour or so.
Is it a heat and a quarter?
I don't know. I'm not entirely sure.
Or do they have 2 heats? You make it to the second round and then it's semis and finals.
I'd want more than 2 hours between.
They're quite explosive though. That's pretty normal.
Yeah, I know.
It's not like a full, like running a 1,500 meters and then being buggered.
Yeah,
a day off.
Rowing for 2,000.
Yeah, that's if you've watched Sprint on Netflix, and it makes it so much more interesting.
Because you know all the players.
Yeah, because Sha'Carri Richardson from the US is hot favourite now because the Jamaicans pulled out.
Oh, with all the names, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price.
No, she's still in. The other Jamaican.
Jingleheimer Schmidt. Her name is my name too. Also, the favourites pulled out.
Yeah, one.
Sharika Jackson.
That's it. So I had money on her and then pulled out, got refunded. But obviously our hunch this weekend is for Tom Walsh to medal. And he's paying $450 to medal.
And is he across this weekend, is he?
Yes, he is. He is across this weekend, but the hot favourite on that one is that American
Ryan Krauser.
He's paying $1.01.
Oh,
I'm surprised they're taking odds on him at all.
They did an indoor competition. This would have been about a year and a half ago. I don't know if you saw this one. And they were all competing indoors. So obviously there was a wall at the end of where they were throwing. This dude hit it. He hit the wall and turned around and was like, what does that mean?
Do I win a prize? Do I win the car?
What if someone else hits it and then no one else hit it?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he is a prohibitive favourite, that Krauser dude. And he's a genetic freak as well. He's about a head and shoulders taller than everyone else. And they're all big boys.
Yeah.
So
it's a vibe punt really because he's not actually rated to win a medal. There are 3 or 4 above him who have got better odds.
Oh, is that right?
So yeah, he's not favoured to win a medal. Tom Walsh.
I always say that, I always tell people that the things I'm betting on are vibe punts as well. But what I've come to realise is they're all vibe punts. Every one of them is a vibe punt. And I'd like to tell you about one from yesterday. I know you saw it this morning on the account when you were having a look through.
I was having a look.
We've got the vibiest of all vibe punts on the Mad Monday podcast yesterday. We had to put it on because Chris said it on the podcast. So I was like, once you've said it and spoken it into existence, you have to get on it. Because if it came in and you didn't bet on it, it would drive you insane. It is one of the vibiest punts you'll ever hear. It is every player that has been rumoured to be leaving their club at the end of the year to score in the Warriors versus Eels game. So that is Jazz Tavanga, Dylan Walker, and for the Eels, Blaze Talangi.
First of all, 2 of the greatest names, Jazz Tavanga and Blaze Talangi.
Great, God's honest rugby league names.
And that is paying a lot. So the return for a $100 bet is $15,800.
$15,800.
And it's just for 3 players to score tonight.
Yeah. Now, granted, one of them is a fill-in lock because Tohu Harris is out. That's Dylan Walker.
Yeah.
Jazz Tavanga is coming off the bench.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't even know that he was actually not in rehab.
Really?
And Blaze Talangi, one of the great names, he's about 19 years old. He's a centre. He's the most likely out of the 3 of them. What I would say is don't follow this in.
No.
Just watch it across the weekend because if it pays out, we are paying
$15,000
out to you at home. So that's your stake in this.
And by the way, we are paying out $1,400. I think we'll either put it on yesterday or today. So check out the Facebook page and comment on there. And we basically divvy it up into $100 lots. And that cash goes straight into your TAB account. It's not a bonus bet. It's not bonus cash. It is just cash.
You can withdraw it if you want.
Yeah, absolutely. So I got the odds for Tom Walsh just to win a medal is actually 480.
Oh, yeah.
So he's a little bit of an outsider, so that, we're just showing a bit of loyalty there.
Yeah, that's right. Staying loyal to the soil. All right, that is your hunch for this week. We're going to take one more quick break. When we come back, yours please.
Yours please. Brought to you by Leader, home of the lasagna topper.
We can't play all of them at the moment. They are coming in so thick and fast. So we do
listen to all of them.
We listen to all of them. We appreciate a lot of them. If yours got cut 9 times out of 10, it is because the audio quality was terrible. There's probably no way for you to check that because I don't know if you can listen back to them. But don't be discouraged if we don't play it out. We just can't get to all of them. Please keep sending them through. Really appreciate your feedback, just like this guy here. First caller, yours, please.
Sorry, fellas, just Willie here again. Just wanting to weigh in on the greatest New Zealand River chat. Hands down, I reckon it's going to be Mark Ellis. Dual code athlete, putting on both black jerseys and scoring 6 tries against Japan, plus a solid provincial career there, and playing for the Warriors. Now a successful business and rugby franchise owner. And, got to get pissed as a chook on TV for a bit and get paid for it. How fucking good. Cheers.
Can't argue with the CV.
Nah, that's a great summary. I mean, he only had 30 seconds to sum up Mark Ellis's life, and he did it. He nailed it.
That's an A+ as far as a New Zealander goes.
I'd pick up on one little thing. He said successful franchise owner. He's only just got into the Highlanders franchise and not overly successful at this stage, but could be. Could be. But, hey, look, it's up to you guys. You know, if Mark Ellis is in the conversation, he's in the conversation. He is a great New Zealander.
Yeah. By that metric, would you put Sonny Bill in there?
I think...
Wore both jerseys?
I think outside of the game, Mark Ellis has given us more.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, apart from the whole...
David Warner
situation. Yeah, I mean, that was pretty good.
That was great, actually. No, I can't argue with that. Keep those nominations coming through for the greatest New Zealander of all time. Another caller here. Yours, please.
Hey, fellas, just with the greatest New Zealander ever kind of category, could we do the worst New Zealander ever?
Yes.
I feel like that'd be quite interesting. For my nomination, I'd like to nominate South Canterbury.
I love how they've given South Canterbury they're a whole person.
Yeah, good on you. Good on you.
Not bad. I mean, look, I could see the worst New Zealand category getting us in a little bit of
strife.
Yes. We'd probably have to pick either people who are dead or in jail.
Murderers.
Yes. And I mean, it would be a pretty grim bracket, wouldn't it? You know,
wouldn't be fun to go through.
You know, talking your David Grays versus your David Tamaheres versus, it's like not great.
Yeah.
Not great.
Yeah. Look, I don't think we will go through it, but it's a great it's a great pub debate to have.
It is. And I did see something online around who are your 3 worst dinner guests. It's like if you turned up for dinner at a restaurant, it's booked for 4, who are the 3 least people you'd like to see at your table? It was quite a good question. I'm not expecting you to answer it now, but it's quite a good pub conversation.
Can I throw a controversial one out at you? Robin Williams, I reckon he would have been a real tough chat. Whenever I watch his stand-up comedy, I'm like, God, this is a lot.
It's a lot going on.
Could you imagine having a...
But I think he's either a hundy or 0, I reckon. So he's either at dinner, if he's on a hundy, because I think he's quite bipolar,
right? He
would be unbearable, or he'd just sit there and not say anything.
Either of those would be terrible. I don't know.
Anyway, we'll think about that later. But
didn't mean for this to be a drive-by on on Robin Williams.
He copped it straight, didn't he?
Yeah, sorry, mate. You didn't deserve that. All right, another call here. Let's move on.
Yeah, g'day Murray, first time caller, long time listener. Just listening to the chat about Frosty Boy and Mr. Whippy. My mum, growing up, told us that when he was playing music, it meant that he was out of ice cream.
Brilliant.
So for that, I would give it to Frosty Boy every time. Hey, Root.
This is a classic parental trick that you try and play. You can only do it once, though, because once one of your kids gets a little older, they call bullshit on you, and then you're fucked.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And they tell the other kids.
Yeah, and then it's all on. Like, don't lie to us. You lied to us. You owe us an ice cream. Ralph cottoned onto it. He spread the word that we were bullshitting them. We were lying to them. You told us we should never lie. Blah, blah. It's just a real spiral.
What was the one that you told him? Was it about Mr. Whippy?
That's running.
Oh, was it exactly that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone knows that one.
That is a gold star parental move.
Yeah.
I love these, hearing about these from what...
The other parental one, this is the other parental hack, this is the only one that really worked, and it was for long road trips. When the kids are slightly punishing, like kind of 3, 5, and 7, like just wounding, any trip longer than an hour or 2 is so fucking punishing. You got to stop for pisses, food, fucking fighting, whatever.
Yeah.
At the start of the trip, I buy a big bag of lolly snakes, and I looked them in the eye in the back seat, and I was like, you 3, this bag of lolly snakes is yours when we get to our destination. But any fighting, anything going on in the back seat we're not happy with, I open it up and I throw one snake out the window.
Brilliant.
So he's sitting there, they're fighting, open it up, boom, snake out the window. No, you can't do this. And then another snake. And they could just see their dreams evaporate until they eventually become a team and go, we've got to stop being fuckwits. And then you get to the destination and then they get like 4 or 5 snakes. So I've biffed half of them on the Stay Highway 1.
I love that. That is it's good. It's a visual representation of how hard you're fucking this up for yourself.
Yeah, correct.
The only problem is you lose all leverage once there's no more snakes.
Yeah, this is true. I'm sure there's people out there whose kids don't give a fuck and they'll just eat through those snakes.
Yeah.
You biff the whole packet out and they wouldn't care.
I do love like those psychological parenting moves. Like no one can get the dishes quite as clean as you. You're so good at peeling potatoes.
Yeah. You're so good at that.
Those kind of ones, they kill me. They still work on me now. I only found out about this time last year. Remember when we said if everyday events were in the Olympics, what would you win gold at? And I was like, making the bed. I'm excellent at making the bed. And then I realized, actually, no, I'm not. She just doesn't want to make the bed, so she tells me that I'm real mean at making the bed. And here I am with a gold star on my chest showing all my friends. I'm real good at making the bed. Still works on me.
Does she also say, I bet you can't get changed in 10 seconds?
Yeah.
I bet you can't leave the house in 10 seconds with your work bag.
Who can put their shoes on the fastest? Who can tie their shoelaces the fastest? Yeah, and it all works on me. The other one that I found out was when I was talking to a mate about, who stacks the dishwasher wrong in your house. And I was like, me and the missus stack the dishwasher differently, and neither of us really care about it. And then I realized, it's actually driving her insane. She just hasn't said anything about it.
When you go to bed, you can hear clink, clunk, clink, clink, and she just rearranges it.
Sure enough, yeah. Because every night when I'm like, I'll clean the dishes away, she's like, just leave it, I'll do it. Oh, okay.
That's such a pass. Just leave it.
Just leave it.
Yeah.
Because you're going to go and do it, and I'm going to have to do it again afterwards anyway. Anyway, we're off into the weeds. I think we've got a couple more here. Yours, please.
Yeah, g'day fellas. Willie to ride a slipper of tonguey here. Just on the Olympics, Chef, if we've got equestrian in there, why can't we have a bit of jousting or potentially some bull riding in there? That would definitely up the excitement levels in my books anyway. Or perhaps if the equestrians, before they went out, they drew names out of the hat to see what animal they ride. Or, maybe imagine Mark Todd coming in on a hippopotamus. That'd be fucking great chat. Yeah. Cheers.
That's good. I really like bullfighting.
Yeah.
Bullfighting would be so great, but such a spicy jalapeno for the IOC.
I know, but you can imagine it in the original Olympics. Like, it would have been something that they would have tried. Man versus beast.
Yes,
I don't mind bullfighting, even bull riding.
Oh, actually, I was thinking bull riding.
Oh, right, okay.
Not the bullfighting is actually pretty gruesome with the stab.
Grim.
Yeah. I was actually thinking bull riding. It seems a bit more kosher.
Yeah. Throw a couple of Christians to the lions.
Yeah, always quite good.
I do like the idea of Mark Todd coming in on a hippopotamus. The only problem is the hippo could turn around and eat him.
It's a risk. Or the crowd.
But if you're one of those people who's worried about animal abuse in the equestrian events, hippo's not going to give a fuck if you whack it with your riding crop.
And they will just run straight through those fences as well.
Oh, yeah, true. A hippo's not getting over the...
Can you imagine a hippo in the dressage doing a little and going backwards?
You know what? I can. I've seen what my life partner has been able to train a rhinoceros to do, and I reckon she could do the dressage on the back of a rhino. And it turns its way.
And goes sideways? The crip walk sideways?
Yeah. I think that's a brilliant idea. Much maligned the animals at the Olympic Games. Why is it only for the horses?
Yeah.
We've got one more here. Call it yours, please.
If a sport is going to be in the Olympics, winning the Olympic gold needs to be the crowning achievement in that sport. If you ask kids who played soccer what they want to win when they grow up, they're going to say the World Cup, not an Olympic gold. Sailing kids, they want to win the America's Cup. And I bet if you asked a young Tiger Woods what he wanted to win, he would not say gold at the Olympics. He would say AVN, Male Performer of the Year. Anyway, fuck Gisborne.
Gisborne. Yeah, this is the debate.
Adult Video Network Awards, by the way.
Okay. This is the debate that happens all the time around, is this
the pinnacle
event for some of these sports? And the answer clearly is no.
No.
Even surfing, basketball's not. Tennis is not. Golf is not. Even equestrian, I think there'd probably be some equestrian riders who'd rather win badminton. There's probably more money in it.
Probably some badminton players who'd rather win the equestrian as well.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that was a great joke. Well crafted. Yours, please. Really enjoyed that. That'll do us for today for a Friday episode of the Agenda podcast. Tonight, the Warriors, 8 p.m. They're playing the Eels. It's a home game. Di and Keezy commentating that one from the ground. Keep an eye out on this feed for the ACC's Sportsbook, which we'll be recording very shortly. Other than that, have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.
You've been listening to the ACC's Agenda podcast, brought to you by Export Ultra. For more episodes, like and follow on iHeartradio or wherever you get your podcasts.